Working from home is great, but is your home space set up to keep you productive? I'm Subi Zimmerman, and today I'm going to tell you all the things that I do so that when I'm working from home, I am as productive as can be. Accountability and productivity comes from working on the right projects and surrounding yourself with the right people. However, there are several items I like to keep in my home to keep me on track and to keep me organized, to maximize my productivity so I can get as much done as possible every single week. If you need help with your accountability, I've got a video all about that linked below. Now let's talk about some of my favorite productivity tips. How you end your day helps set you up for success the next day. Let me show you what I keep by my bedside that really helps hold me accountable. I like to jot down every day in my journal fresh ideas that I might not have had time to write down during the day. Also, I like to write down wins or things that I'm struggling with so I can always go back to hold myself accountable. I have, as you can see, 4 books here, and yes, I'm that entrepreneur that's reading 4 books at a time. I especially am loving The Tribe of Mentors by Tim Ferriss and really digging The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***. You should definitely check this book out. Now, once I get into bed, I do have a pillow of choice. It is my silk pillowcase on my pillow because I do get blow dries, and when I sleep on this pillowcase, it lasts that much longer, which means I don't have to spend the money and time to go get another blow dry. Now, once I climb into bed, I like to relax as much as I can, which for me means spraying rose water all over my pillows and in my bed. I just love the smell of rose water. It really helps bring me to a different calming state. In addition to the rose water, I actually put 2 drops of lavender on my neck, and the combination of the rose water and the lavender makes me feel like I'm in a garden, and it's just so refreshing and relaxing, which is really, really important to do, is to relax at the end of your day in whatever way that you can. Now, once I've gotten a good night's sleep, which is so important for all of us busy entrepreneurs, getting that 6 to 8 hours, I take my waterproof weights into the bathroom with me. And these help me really get the blood flowing early in the morning, gets the blood to the brain, and guess what? Some of my best ideas happen in the shower. As soon as I get out of the shower, I put on my workout clothes and my comfortable sneakers because Mr. Cody needs a walk, and so even if I can't get to the gym, at least I can get in 20 to 30 minutes of a very brisk walk with Cody. Now I'm going to take you into the kitchen where I have even more productivity tips for you. Okay, so you might be tempted to pour yourself a cup of coffee first thing in the morning, but I always say it's important to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And I like to grab my favorite Swell bottle and take it with me when I'm walking Cody and keep it in my backpack so I can be hydrating even when I'm walking. And then when I come back from that walk, sometimes I want something warm, and my beverage of choice is not coffee, it is lemon water. And if I don't drink the lemon water after I walk Cody, I actually take this into the shower with the weights because it's so important to hydrate, because often people think they're hungry when they're actually dehydrated. Speaking of hungry, I have healthy snacks around me at all times, and I know where they are, and they're easy to grab, and I don't have to think about it. I don't waste time thinking about it. So whether it's fresh fruit or whether it's healthy almonds, they are right there on my counter. And in addition to having them on my counter, I also actually have a healthy snack drawer. And sometimes I just don't have time to make myself lunch, and I want to make myself a healthy smoothie. So I reach for my plant-based protein powder. I have a little almond milk, and then I have powdered peanut butter, and I put it in my Vitamix and mix it up. I add a frozen banana, and I am good to go. All right, you guys, you might think I'm a little crazy, but I like to talk to Alexa. Sometimes it gets a little lonely here working from home alone. So, Alexa, what's Instagram?
Instagram. the free photo sharing program that was launched in October 2010.
Right. Alexa's wicked smart. All right, you guys, we're going to go into my office where I am the most productive. The first thing that you'll notice when you walk into my office are my whiteboards. I have 2 calendars and inspirational whiteboards. The calendars are used for my big projects going on in my business, where I kind of highlight the areas that I need to focus on so that when I'm sitting at my desk, glancing over at the calendar, I know what I need to be working on. I put Post-it notes here so that I can move things around if I need to without having to pick up the marker and erase something and write it again. To the right of that, well, this is my inspiration corner, from my amazing poster hanging at the top to the ideas going on in my head and quotes that I hear or quotes that I read in the books that I have at my bedside. I jot them down here so that when I am on a podcast interview or a coaching call and I want to say something in a very succinct way, sometimes one of these quotes is exactly what I need. So this is the first thing I see when I enter my office, which is really important to hold me accountable for the projects that I need to accomplish and the daily dose of inspiration that we all need as entrepreneurs. But my favorite thing is my bookshelf because it makes me happy. I have books that I can quickly reference and pull out whenever I need to, and I have this great colorful backdrop that is awesome when I'm doing a live broadcast. Not only do I enjoy looking at it, but people that are watching my live streams are reminded of what I do and the things that are important to me. And to be honest with you, after I do a live broadcast, it is so exhausting that I want to just relax. So I take out my favorite mat. Aside from the bed of nails, I also have other things in my office that help me relax. I love having a lit candle right here on my desk, and I especially love this brand. It's called Stress Release, and because it has eucalyptus in it, it does help me relax, and it keeps my hands moist, especially when it gets dry here in my office. Okay, you guys, the most important thing in my office is my chair, and this is a core chair. This chair is so comfortable, and it's important to invest in a comfortable chair, especially if you're going to be sitting in it a lot. And what this chair does is it works your core as you're sitting in it, and you can wiggle and swivel. And when I'm on calls a lot, I want to get the blood flow going. So when I'm on my interviews and they are taking about an hour, I can be working my legs. You can be working your legs. This was not that expensive. And you can get the inner thighs working right at your desk. Lips. Let's talk about lips. They get dry. You talk a lot. I talk a lot. And I have 3 choices. Vaseline, I've got Burt's Bees, and this is one that just supposedly plumps your lips. I don't know if it really works. But anyway, I have a lot of choices here. And I like to keep my lips hydrated because I don't want cracked lips, and I also don't want to get dehydrated. So I have my water bottle in my office too. So all of these things either help me relax or stay in my game all day to be more productive. Sometimes I get a craving for something sweet, so I always keep a bottle of green gummies on my desk. I love Press Juicery. I often drink their green juice, but these do the trick whenever I have a craving. Moving into technology, my favorite purchase has been Apple's AirPods. These are amazing because they stay charged in the dock, and I don't have to put both of them in my ear. I can just put one, and they sync to all of my devices. They sync to my computers and they sync to my iPhone. The important thing to remember, like anything that you own that is little, is to always put it back in the same place. And for me, that is my B ceramic container here. All right, you guys, we're talking technology. I know this is old school, a Sharpie, Post-it notes, but I do this every day. I write down what I need to accomplish for the day, and I draw boxes in front of those items. And today it's YouTube videos, YouTube videos, YouTube videos all day. And when I finish what my task was, I check it off. And at the end of all the tasks being completed on my Post-it note, I just fold it in half. And I know if I ever see this around the house folded in half, that the task on the Post-it note has been done. Okay, let's go back to technology. My charging station, I have a system with it. I have one charger in my backpack, and usually that's dead or dying, so I need to make sure I'm always charging one. So I take one out, and I make sure if I'm taking one out that I put the next one in so that that will be charged and ready to go. And that way I am always charged and ready to be on the move. I hope you like this style video. I really enjoyed doing it. And most of the items that I mentioned in the video are linked below. And if you like this type of video and you want more information, I linked my video called Better Business Habits right below this video as well. And I'll see you in the next video.